Science and Technology, Standard 9, Lesson number 7, Energy Flow in an Ecosystem. In this video, we learn the biogeochemical cycle and carbon cycle. Previous video, we learned the basic informations of ecosystem. First, you understand the word biogeochemical cycles. And here you observe the one diagram, and this is given the biogeochemical, that is the three words, that is bio is given the living organism, that is biotic component, geo that is the non-living components, that is the abiotic component, non-living that is the land, water and air, living organism, these are shown here, that is a plant, animal, birds, these all words. And chemicals, that is the chemicals are present in your environment. So the give the definitions of biogeochemical cycle is the cyclical flow of nutrient within an ecosystem is called as your biochemical cycles. That means these three words are related to your ecosystem, that is biogeochemical cycle. That means it's a living organism, non-living organisms and chemicals are together. These are giving their biogeochemical cycles. Then nutrient, that is the necessary for the all living organisms, are continuously transferred from biotic characters to abiotic characters and biotic to abiotic factors within an ecosystem. That means these are living organisms, non-living organisms, these are independent, they are dependent for each other. That is this cycle operates continuously through the medium of the biosphere formed by the lithosphere, atmosphere and hydrosphere. These are the three steps for their forming this step. Then the recycling of biological, geological and chemical resource, that is the biological, geological and chemical resource of the nutrient in this process is a complex process, and it depends upon the level of energy transfer by the ecosystem. In this case, they are giving their main two types of biogeochemical cycles. This is two types of biogeochemical cycle, that is the first gaseous cycles and second one centrimetry cycles. And accommodations of the main abiotic gases, nutrient, materials in the found of earth, that is the atmosphere, these are giving their gaseous cycles. That means include in this cycle there are some gases, that is the nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, sun, etc. These are coming in your gaseous cycles. And centrimetry cycles and accommodations of the main abiotic nutrient material is found in a soil, sediment and sedimentary rocks, etc. on the earth. That means when sometime there is a come in a acid rain, this acid rain falls on your rocks, and this acid rain falls on rocks, these are giving their particular layer for in the rocks, and thousands of years, millions of years, these rocks are storing this layer, and again these are decomposed for their particular, that is giving their volcano and summers. That means these are the fossil fuels. Then including soil components like iron, calcium and phosphorus are the centrimetry cycles parts. Then the gaseous cycles is the gaseous cycles is a speeder cycle than the centrimetry cycles. For example, if the carbon dioxide has accommodated in an air, it is quickly dissipated within the wind or absorbed by the plants. That means a climate change and human activities seriously affect the speed, intensity and equilibrium of the cycles. Hence, the various aspects of these cycles are extremely studied nowadays. Then you have learned their first cycle, that is name given by the carbon cycle. Then the circulations and recycling of carbon from the atmosphere of living organism and after their death back to the atmosphere is called a carbon cycle. That means a biotic carbon atom are circulated by the recycling into the biotic form mainly through the photosynthesis and respiration. Hence, the carbon cycle is the one of the important cycles of biogeochemical cycles. You observe this diagram, that is the biogeochemical cycles, then these are giving a carbon cycles. Here you observe there some in presence of sunlight, there is give the photosynthesis process. This photosynthesis process again here to give their organic carbons. Here these organic carbons come to your some decay organisms and waste product. Then these are coming to your uh, factories. Then these factories giving their outside of parts. Some have their root absorbed by their absorption. Then plant release their oxygens and animal absorbs their oxygen and release their carbon dioxide. Again, this carbon dioxide is collect in your uh, environment. Then these are again come to your plant. Then again it's give their photosynthesis process. That means the plant convert carbon dioxide into the carbohydrates by the process of photosynthesis. This is the process of photosynthesis. And they produce the carbon compound. This is your carbon compound. They produce the carbon compound like protein and fats. Then herbivorous feed up the plant. These herbivorous feed up the plant and carnivorous feed up the herbivorous. In this way, the biotic carbon is transferred from plant to herbivorous. These are connected to each other. Then from the herbivorous to carnivorous and from the carnivorous to apex of consumers. Then carnivorous to give their related consumers. That means it is giving as a depends upon each other. That is the main thing. That is the photosynthesis process. And if there is a giving their main point, that is the carbon dioxide plus it's giving their in surrounding water in presence of their sunlight, it gives their chlorophyll presence, it gives their photosynthesis process and this photosynthesis process produce their glucose and water and oxygens. This is their photosynthesis process. Then here we observe this photosynthesis process. Then this is the carbon dioxide plus water molecules in presence of sunlight and chlorophylls. It gives their glucose plus water molecules and it releases their oxygen. Again, this glucose, that means whatever you are to giving their plant, these are oxygen coming, glucose coming here, then oxygens and in presence of their mitochondria, that means in mitochondria there is release or again their carbon dioxide and remaining part of that is the water and energy in your body. That is after the death of all consumers are decomposed by the decomposer like bacteria and fungi and carbon dioxide is released again into the atmosphere and is used again by the living organism. This is it absorb your glucose. That means you want to given their proteins. Then this protein and fats, when you have to enhance their oxygen, that is in the presence of in mitochondria, then there is a giving their carbon dioxide is out of your body and oxygen, water and energy stored in your body. That means again the release carbon dioxide are transfer in your surrounding and they are absorbed again your plants. That means carbon is the continuously process on one from living organism to another. After the death of living organism, carbon goes into the atmosphere and is again taken by the living organism. That means carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere through a biotic process like burning of fossil fuels and wood. Burning of fossil fuels and wood, that means you have to give there one example of carbon dioxide released to your environment. Then oxygen is released into the atmosphere by the biotic process of the photosynthesis. This is the biotic process, that is the release oxygen, that is the photosynthesis process. Then the equilibrium of the oxygen and carbon dioxide gases in the atmosphere is mainly by the plant. Then we learn second cycle, oxygen cycle. In all living organisms require their oxygen for respirations. Then why your body is required for oxygen for respirations? In your body present their cells, and cells present their glucose. That means when we produce their proteins, and these proteins require the broken these proteins, it's require the oxygens. Then these are broken process, then the energy is produced, and these broken glucose transfer through the blood from their all over body. That is called your cellular respiration. That means energy, that means your glucose, energy plus carbon dioxide plus water. This process is called their cellular respiration. Then in your atmosphere, there 21% oxygen is present. It is present also in the hydrosphere and lithosphere. The circulations and recycling of oxygens within an biosphere is called the oxygen cycle. This cycle includes the both biotic and abiotic components. Oxygen is continuously produced as well as used up in the atmosphere. Here, show this diagram. These are the production of oxygen when in presence of sunlight, the plant give the process of photosynthesis, and this photosynthesis process, that means in the surrounding carbon dioxide, these plant are absorbed and release your oxygen for their living organisms. This is the production of oxygen. Then these are the highly production of oxygens are present in your surrounding. Then oxygen is highly reacted and it is really react with other elements and components. Suppose you have to give there one example, that is the giving there someone as a coal, that is suppose carbon, and in presence of air, that means the oxygen, then it gives there carbon dioxide is presence. Then the various components they are released. Then as the oxygen is found in a various form like molecular oxygen, that is the O2. Here you show that oxygen cycle. Here the give that oxygen is released, that is the photosynthesis process. Then this photosynthesis process is coming like this on the animal and plant, breaking the oxygen, breathing the oxygen. That time when it is breathing that oxygen, in breathing oxygen, your body has proteins are present, and these proteins you want to broken to convert their energy. That time it's require their oxygen for your breathing, and same time it release your carbon dioxide. These are coming for your again environment. Then this carbon dioxide is absorb again plant, then plant in presence of sunlight gives their photosynthesis process, again this produce their oxygen. This is the continuous cycles. Then uh, this molecular form of oxygen, that is the O2, water gives the H2O, that is the one component, then carbon dioxide, you know, that is the second component, then nitrate component. Then these are the oxygen cycle of the biosphere is extremely complex. Oxygen is released in the process of photosynthesis whenever it is used in the process like respirations, combustions and decommissions, corrosions, rusting, etc. That means when you have to give their first process, that is the combustions. That means combustions means it is a burning of any particles. It's given as a oxygen. That means some same example for giving there the carbon dioxide productions. That is the burning of oxygen. That means carbon plus oxygen gives their carbon plus oxygen gives their carbon dioxide. This is the one process of their burning. Decompositions, that is the decompose your plants and dead animals. Then corrosion, that means you have to corrosing the someone parts. Then most microorganisms are use oxygen for the respiration, and such microorganisms are called their aerobes. and microorganisms which do not require oxygen, that these are called the anaerobes. And oxygen is the very important element for the synthesis of the proteins, carbohydrates and fats. Then you learn their third cycle, that is nitrogen cycle. In your atmosphere, where 78% nitrogens are present, that is the maximum portion of the atmosphere, it is used for their nitrogen. Then it is necessary for the maintain the cycle of nature, it's used for their nitrogen. The circulations and recycling of nitrogen gas into the form of different components through the various biotic and abiotic process in the nature is called their nitrogen cycles. Then where the nitrogen is present and how to give your nitrogen. Then one, you require the nitrogen, that's living things will require the nitrogen. Yes, because nitrogen produce the amino acids and amino acids produce the proteins, and protein is the importance of living organism, that is the growth, respirations and repairing any part of your body. Then metabolism. These are the main things of the living organism. So the all living organism require the nitrogen. Then how to give their nitrogen in your surrounding. Here show there two diagrams. Here it's give their roots, and I have given show here again some roots. Here I write their root nodules, and here some giving their bacterium. That is, these are steps of their fixation of nitrogen. That is, the some plants giving their root nodules, and that root nodules store your nitrogen gas. Then this is the nitrogen fixation. This is giving their process. These plants are shows that these are the nitrogen fixation. That means these nodules are in plant, these are store the nitrogen. This nitrogen directly absorb their plant? No. Then how do they absorb their nitrogen? See, this is the nitrogen cycle. Here this is the nitrogen cycle. First you get their nitrogen fixation. That is the conversions of nitrogen into the nitrate and nitrate through the atmospheric industrial and biological process. That means these are the fixation of nitrogen. Here see the nitrogen fixation. These are the bacteria. That means in previous figure you show their root noodles. That is the magnifying root noodles. You like see this one. This is the bacteria. Then this bacteria fix their nitrogen hydrates and some nitrification bacteria. These are the nitrification bacteria. The nitrifications, that these are giving their different format of this nitrogen and give their aminifications. That means aminification, they release the ammonia through the decomposes decay elements or decay body. Then this decay body extremely vast and organized by the plant. This is the aminifications. That is the giving that aminification process. Then nitrifications. This is your nitrifications. Then nitrifying bacteria here, and then these are giving the nitrification. That is the assimilations. That means their nitrogen are coming for there. Then denitrification of bacteria. Then again these are the denitrification bacteria. That is, denitrification means convert into nitrogen compound into the gaseous nitrogen. This is the nitrogen compound. Then this nitrogen compound convert nitrogen into the nitrogen gaseous state. Then these are the denitrification process. Again this nitrification process and denitrification process, here give the nitrogen. Again this nitrogen come to in your nitrogen fixing bacteria, that is the root nodules, and this is the continuous process, that is the flow of this cycle. This is called their nitrogen cycles. That means the maximum nitrogen are present in your atmosphere, but this nitrogen are present in your only root nodules. These are not directly absorbed any plant. It is absorbed by their different nitrogen compounds, and these nitrogen elements are coming there. This is the bacteria. I have show here two different diagram because here give their fixation, nitrification, assimilations, and denitrification process for giving their particular stage. And here you show their same process for giving their like their arrows part. So it's give their nitrogen cycle, and this is the you learn their biogeochemical cycles. In this process you learn their three cycles. That means first one you learn their carbon cycle, second you learn their oxygen cycle, and third one you learn the nitrogen cycle. These are the three important cycles you learn in this lesson.